And we're back. And we are officially less than 12 hours away from NBA free agency opening up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we got, it's an okay class. Bigger names than some years before, but the depth is looking okay. It's an okay class this year. Let's talk about some big names each. I'll run us down the list.
All right. Number 1, Zach LaVine. Does not want to be second fiddle.
Okay, then you ain't winning the championship no more. Kyrie Irving, baby.
So, what are some landing spots? Because the Spurs were a very good option, but they traded away DeJounte, and they don't want to win now, so they're not going to go for Zach LaVine. So, does he stay in Chicago? Does he go to a team like the Lakers? Does he go to a team maybe like the Mavs or another team that's trying to contend one or two pieces away? What do you see?
Okay, if you're contending, you're going to be second fiddle. So either you just wanted to leave and you didn't want to tell anybody you want to leave Chicago, or you don't want to win a championship. So easy yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes. I'm looking at teams I think would be a really good fit. Now hear me out on this one. There's some teams in the West looking kind of scary hours. Memphis, that could be scary hours.
I love Desmond Bane, though.
Bane's tough. Bane is tough.
Bane is so tough.
Let's listen. This one.
He's cheap.
This one is interesting. Mavericks. Jalen Brunson looking like he going to New York. We'll talk about him in a second. Dallas Mavericks. Levine. Luka Doncic. Spencer Dinwiddie. Elite backcourt.
That is tough. That is actually so tough. That's buckets on buckets on buckets.
You got Reggie Bullock shooting the lights out with the goggles on.
Look, defensively, that team is getting exposed in the playoffs, dog. You know that. They're gonna be like Golden State will pick them apart like some pulled pork at Texas barbecue. But offensively, they will take your soul, and they will go far because of just purely their offensive firepower. I think they could definitely go back to the Eastern Conference Finals with Levine, or Western Conference Finals. I think Portland is another option. Talked about that with Bradley Beal. So if you want to watch that video, we'll link that. But you have Dame. Dame's not going to run away from the grind. You have Anthony Simons, but they want to compete. So they go out there and get an all-star shooting guard. So
they got another all-star, Jeremy Grant.
They got Jeremy Grant, too. So now you're running a lineup with Dame, Levine, Grant, and I think they're in a better financial spot than other teams that want to contend, just because they've been able to get rid of CJ.
Now, I've just thought of this on the spot. The best fit for what Zach LaVine wants to do is the Orlando Magic. Now, hear me out. This is a crazy one. I say this a lot. I don't know why. I'm not a Magic fan. I don't like the Magic. They're a poverty franchise. But you want to be second fiddle? Okay. Go start your own team. Go be your own man on a new team. Go to the Magic. You have 3 top 7 picks in the last 2 drafts. Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero.
Cole Anthony is tough, too.
I said I was tough. I'm going down the list. You got Cole Anthony, R.J. Hampton, Wendell,
yeah.
Carter,
yeah.
Jonathan Isaac. This team, what are they missing? They're missing a 2. They're missing
a guy that can go score the basketball. That's what they're missing. They're missing a guy that can go give them 30.
I think this is a great fit. Ishan, do you think I found the ideal landing spot here in the Magic?
I think fit-wise, yes. Will Levine want to go there? I think he wants to contend. I don't know how
he doesn't want to be second fiddle then.
Because there's third fiddle. He'll be the third fiddle. He's a third chair fiddler.
He should be a third fiddler. I don't think he wants to be a third fiddler, though. I think he wants to be a first fiddler. And I think the Magic are the only team where he can be the number 1 guy, and he can win a championship in the next 10 years. 5 years.
He wouldn't be the number 1 guy.
He would be he's the number 3 in New Orleans. Zion? Brandon Ingram?
He'd be 2 or 3. He'd be 2 or 3.
He ain't better than Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is a certified top 15 player in the NBA.
But like scoring option wise,
Um, Zion eat first. Obviously, he likes to
Zion
eat.
will eat first.
And then Brandon, he's skinny though, but he eats though. Dude,
It's
that
I feel
Brandon
I
Ingram
feel like
ISO
I feel like it would
little
be
shimmy on the
similar.
baseline, unstoppable, dude.
They're both around 25 point per game scorers. I think Levine was closer to like 27, 28 this year.
There is nothing more unstoppable than one-on-one baseline ISO Brandon Ingram. He does that shimmy, turn around. You can't. You could be literally in his face and you can't stop that.
You're under look, Ingram is excellent, don't get me wrong, but you're underestimating what Levine can do.
Oh, we need Levine. I would love Levine in New
Slasher,
Orleans. I think that would
lights
be
out.
perfect fit. But he's not. I think he can win a championship. I think that's a championship caliber team if we get Zach LaVine because we're missing shooting. I just don't want to bring up the Pelicans every time because, I think that would get tiring.
Yeah.
But I think that is an ideal spot for him.
Yeah.
Financially,
Yeah.
does it work? Does it make sense? Do you want to come to New Orleans? I don't know. I'm just gonna let that play out. I'm not gonna ask for him to come. But if he comes, I'll be having the best day of my life. I'm having to throw a party. I'm throwing a Zach LaVine party. But I'm not gonna invite him over. I'm not gonna invite him to the party. He's gotta show up. You know what I mean?
He's got to show up.
He's gotta want
Well,
to be here.
Okay. So he's got to sign long term, basically.
No, I don't know about long term. I'll take a little short term deal. We gotta pay Zion, man. It'll be expensive.
Oh god, Zion.
But apparently they don't want to do it all guaranteed. They want to do an NFL kind of contract, which is
That'd be solid.
not unprecedented in the NBA. But that'd be
Yeah.
cool, like an unguaranteed big contract. We'll see. Let's move on. Number 2 option.
All right, number 2, we got Miles Bridges, the best rapper in the NBA. So,
What was that
look,
one sus bar he had? The pizza
dog,
bar or something?
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that live. Look, go look up Miles Bridges Pizza Bar. He promoted that. It's in his IG caption. We're not saying this live. We are not. No way. No,
That
we're
or
saying
hit the
this
John
live,
Wall
dog.
shot.
But Miles Bridges, 20 points per game scorer from the power forward position. He's a really good inside out kind of big man. And he actually is a really, really solid playmaker. Great rebounder, obviously, for his position with that athleticism, but solid playmaker, too. I would love to see him stay in Charlotte, which is where I hope he is, because him and LaMelo Ball he'll be throwing down some filthy alley-oops for LaMelo Ball, but what are some other potential spots for a guy like Bridges? Because there's gonna be a lot of demand.
Um, a lot of demand. I think he's a player. I don't know how much you're gonna be willing to pay him. I think you're probably in the 20 to 22 range. I wouldn't really want to pay him
Yeah.
any more than that, considering just the level of player he is and how he really hasn't contributed to a winning culture yet. Some teams I think could be interesting. I think Detroit could be an interesting option if you wanted to go to a young team. You got Jalen Duren, you got Jaden Ivey, you got Cade Cunningham. This is a team that's looking on the come up, trying to spend some money in free agency, clearing cap with Jeremy Grant. I think that this could be a good team to come up with because he's not really proven yet. I think you can look at the 76ers are an option, looking at the wing spot. They're not solidified. I think bringing him in as the 3, you add a little bit of scoring there, which was lacking in the playoffs because they were looking for a scorer outside of Joel Embiid, and they're looking for Harden to be that guy, and Harden just wasn't stepping up. So I think that could be a good fit there. Couple other options I'm looking at. You're looking at Portland. I think we've said their name a couple times, but
Yeah.
their wings are a little bit questionable right now. I'll bring up one more team. Atlanta Hawks, you could see. They don't have the cap at all to do it, but as I said,
He'd basically be a John Collins replacement.
and I think that could be
That's
I think that could be a great fit right there. Probably pay him a little bit less than John Collins, but get rid of John
Yeah.
Collins' contract. Probably get a more athletic player, fits that transition offense they're going to want to do. Run with the 2 guards they just got in. Of those teams, what do you think is the number 1 option?
So there are 2 teams that kind of jump out to me. They're both on the come up and could really use a player like Bridges. You said Detroit, so that's my number 1 pick. He is from the Michigan area. You can tell by the way he raps. Cade Cunningham at the point, Ivy at the 2, Sadiq Bey, who is a bucket, at the 3.
Cash.
Then you have Bridges at the 4, and you have either Duran or Isaiah Stewart, probably Isaiah Stewart to start at the year, at the 5. They got rid of Jeremy Grant. They have $80 million in cap space. They are one of the few teams not paying the luxury tax.
I think I mean 180 million cap space because you can go like 100 over, no one cares.
Yeah. They have plenty. They have plenty of money to spare. Right now, you're starting Marvin Bagley at the 4, so
Isn't
I
he a
think
free agent?
Bagley's a solid backup. But Minnesota too.
That's a good
You
fit.
could. That's a really really good fit. I like Jared Vanderbilt,
I mean, they
but
won the
you could.
NBA, they won the championship last year. I mean, just ask Pat Bev.
Oh yeah, you could have a team with like D'Angelo, Anthony Edwards, Vanderbilt, and
Cat.
Bridges, and then Cat at the 5. Plus, you have some really, really solid bench pieces like Walker Kessler, who I think is going to be really good, Malik Beasley, Jaden McDaniels. It's a really, really solid young and up and coming team. But I think with Bridges, you're going to get a really good skill set out of him. And I think that in the low 20s is a good spot.
I think you get
My
paid
only
25 plus. It's gonna be
Yeah,
wrapped.
I
That's
think
poverty franchise activity
that's
right
probably
there.
Doug. He posted a photo on his Instagram story. You saw this, right?
No, I haven't. I might have. I don't think. I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a photo of lean in a styrofoam cup and a blunt in his hand. He was drinking lean and smoking, and he put it on his Instagram story. Then
Bozo activity.
it obviously got backlash. He tweets pink lemonade with like a little like mischievous smile emoji. Pink lemonade, dog. You can look this up. But
That's too good. Let's go on number 3
that's
before we get too distracted. We're going too long here.
that is a problem. But
Oh,
moving
number
on, we mentioned him before, Jalen Brunson. You're really down to 2 potential options. You run it back with Dallas, which is what I would like to see because I'm a big Jalen Brunson fan, or you go to New York.
Hear me out. This is the highest end of poverty franchises activity. The team with cap every year, they're clearing it for LeBron James every year, clearing it for Zion Williamson. What are we gonna do? We bringing in some mid-level bums, yes sir. Jalen
He's
Brunson.
not a bum.
I'm just going. Hey, let me finish my rant real quick. Brunson, elite playoff player, elite. You know what I hate doing? Buying high. Do not buy high. $25 million a year for Jalen Brunson? Hell nah. Hell nah. He's worth it. He deserves from that playoff performance. But I do not want to buy high because the season, like the second, like TJ Ward was $25 million after the bubble. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Now let's be real here. I'm paying Jalen Brunson $18 a year. If he doesn't want to take it, all right, go to New York then. Go be
I'm a big fan of
poverty.
Jalen Brunson. I will pay him 20 because 16 points, shooting 37 from 3, and 84 from the line too. Those are really, really solid numbers.
That player
Plus
makes that up for
five,
like 25 and 10, man.
plus 5 assists per game. I think that is a solid 20. I think that's worth 20 in my opinion, especially for someone that is, let's see, 25 years old, someone that's not even entered their prime yet. But I think Jalen Brunson does his best work when he's on a playoff team, and I think he's not going to be the same player though. He's not going to be the same player if he goes and signs big money in New York. So I really hope he stays in Dallas and they get a solid team friendly deal for him.
Yeah, I think that's the ideal scenario. If he doesn't want to be team friendly, go to New York, get the money, become the New York player, become Julius Randle, all star. But you know, everyone hates you because you win the Knicks.
Copped out. Copped
Um,
out.
but if you think about Jalen Brunson, I mean, I haven't fantasy this year. I mean, I was loving Jalen Brunson all year long. Don't get me wrong; he was definitely doing some magic for my team. But I just don't think he's worth that much money. And if you have Luka Doncic, you have to really be careful about how your roster is constructed, and you cannot risk having a bad contract. And I think if you pay Jalen Brunson more than 20 a year, you have a pretty significant risk having a bad contract. And in the NBA nowadays, it's kind of hard to win without 2 stars on the team. And if you eat that much salary cap on a guy like Jalen Brunson, who's just a good, solid 3rd or 4th option on the team, I think you're kind of putting too much pressure on Luka. But at the same time, you don't want to risk not having enough around Luka, trying to get a swing and hit a big free agent or something like that. So it's a delicate situation. So,
But
um,
Luka got his bag. His new contract starts this year.
yeah, I know
It's a
Luka's got the bag. I'm trying to think about
it's
roster
a five
construction
it's a
around
five
him.
year
No,
212.
he's not leaving. That's not what my concern. My concern is how you build around to be a championship team.
That's true. That's
Because
true. It's a significant cap hit
you want
for
someone
him
around.
and
you wanted to Tingus Pingus like a star player. That's what you thought Tingus Pingus would be. But like, you need to find that guy. Jalen Brunson's not that guy. He's gonna be a third option. If you want to win a championship with Luka Doncic, if Luka wants to win a championship, if you're Mark Cuban, you're gonna try and be like, who can I get around? Can I get Bradley Beal? Can I get Zach LaVine? Can I get these kind of bigger kept guys?
You need a front court player, in my opinion.
You do. That's what you need a Tingus Pingus. But he was Tingus Pingus.
He was Tingus.
Let's go number 4.
So number 4, we have DeAndre Ayton.
Next.
Linked to Atlanta.
Just kidding. Let's go. It's all DeAndre Ayton.
Linked to Atlanta. It's not gonna happen. Linked to Detroit as well to be a more established player as opposed to Isaiah Stewart or Jalen Duren. So what are you thinking about DeAndre Ayton? Because there are plenty of teams that want him, but for me, I'm not really sold on him, and that really comes down to his motor and work ethic, because he has all the tools.
Bring in DeAndre. You are not worth the max, DeAndre. You are not worth the max. Go back to the Suns. Stop acting like you're an all-star. You are not. You were picked above Luka, but you are not Luka. Just because you were picked on him does not mean you're worth more than him. Just ask second pick, 2003 draft. Forget his name. Detroit guy.
Darko
Milicic. Yeah. Just because you were picked higher, don't mean you're that guy. So,
I want everyone to know one quick thing. I saw somewhere that DeAndre Ayton is Hakeem to Luka's MJ. Hakeem was selected first overall, MJ third, DeAndre first, Luka third. I hope you guys that is an indication of low basketball knowledge.
Let's bring it back playoffs this year. All right. 1, you got benched in the last game and you'll blow out laws because you're a bum player and your coach hates you. And Monty is the best coach in the league. So if Monty is so pissed at you, he wants to bench you. There are some issues here. My number one thing in NBA and in any sport when I'm looking at a player who I want to sign, work ethic. You can't teach that. The best player in every league, the people that win the championships, are the ones who won it. The ones who grind, the ones who sacrifice their time and their money to go win championships. Because at the end of the day, if you want to win, that's a mentality thing. It's a culture thing. You gotta
make sacrifices.
So go to Detroit, go get your max, and do nothing with your career. Okay, DeAndre Ayton, that's your options. All right, next.
That was aggressive. Damn. He's restricted, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna leave. Colin Sexton.
I just want to say, end of an era. The greatest nickname in the NBA.
Oh my God.
Sexland was the greatest nickname. And I don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was the best. And I will miss it. Colin Sexton, he'd get you 20 a game. He'd be doing the most on the defense. He'd be slapping the core and everything, but he ain't doing nothing on that end.
No, not at all.
He's fun, though.
Nothing.
He's fun. Come to New Orleans. Let's get all the Bama boys back. All of them.
So
I want them all.
Here's what I've thought for Sexton. I've heard rumors about just getting his money, go to the Knicks if Brunson doesn't work out.
That's a good option for him.
I really think that Colin Sexton and Jalen Brunson's decision will heavily influence him. Because my second choice is, if Brunson goes to the Knicks, go fill Brunson's role. Go to Dallas. Go compete. He is a guy that can give you 25 a night, an efficient 25 a night too. Will he do anything on the defensive end? No, but that's Dallas. It's double the offense, half the defense.
I said as a joke, but now I said it kind of makes sense. You got Petty, Kyron Lewis, Herb Jones, break in Colin Sexton. You get all the defensive grit of the Alabama guys, and then you have the offensive end. You're missing the scorer and guard. This can be your guy. You have so much defense on this team now. You can sacrifice a little bit. You can mix and match the rotation a little bit. Take a little $10 million contract, 1 year, we'll have fun. Come down the door, get some food, bulk up. You know, I as I said, I don't like bringing up the ones in every pick, but you know, I think this kind of makes sense a little bit.
So, Knicks, Pelicans. I've also seen the Wizards. It's not gonna happen, in my opinion.
I think any team below 500 he can go to, and no one care.
Now this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Third option on the Clippers.
Third. We got John Wall, baby. Pass. John Wall, baby. Go watch that episode.
Okay, John Wall loves playmaking. Colin Sexton, I've seen him. I feel like at times he has an allergy to passing. So he will be the third scoring option. There's no doubt about that.
I think that causes too many issues.
But I don't know. I don't love the fit either.
Too many
A
cooks
small
in the
guy
kitchen.
at the two guard. You could go replace Donovan Mitchell in Utah. Other option.
Let him be a point somewhere that he point in poverty. That's what I call him.
Point in poverty. Dude, I'm telling you, I think if Brunson leaves, then go fill the void in Dallas. That's his best option.
It's actually for the Mavs a couple years ago, so I kind of question what he's looking for right now.
I saw rumors of Atlanta too, but I pray to God that doesn't happen.
What a backcourt though. It's undersized, no
Sexton.
defense.
I love Colin Sexton. It would be so cool to see him back home, but nah. All right, next up we have Bubble Jordan.
Oh, $100 million a year.
TJ Warren.
Give me that. I miss Bubble Warren.
Oh my God.
When he dropped 50 in the bubble, that was a masterpiece.
Look, he is a scoring wing, a little bit older, but he'll definitely be on a team-friendly contract. I feel like there are a lot of teams that could
Clippers.
Yeah. I think the Clippers, that's the first thing that I thought about. Once again, I'm going to say it again. I feel like a broken record. Portland getting a wing to try to win, be on the grind, all that. I don't think it's going to happen.
The Bucks.
But I think the Bucks could be interesting. Miami could be interesting because he seems old, but he's only 28. The bubble MVP just had a foot injury, so he sat out the year. He's recovered. But I think I personally like the Clippers as a guy that can kind of be a backup to Kawhi and PG. Because PG has injury concerns of his own. Kawhi is load managing half the year, so you're going to need some depth at that position.
And you got that defense to compensate for the offense. I mean, bring in TJ Warren, a little backup piece, you know.
Yeah.
And I think the same with the Bucks. I think he'd be a really good fit with the Bucks. I think he could have like a Bobby Portis kind of resurgence there. Just get his eyes bugging and you go and put the headband on, eyes bugging.
Look, if there's one thing that teams need, that teams want, that's in high demand, it's shooting. TJ Warren will do that for you, along with a bit of a deeper bag than just a regular pure shooter. I also think Chicago.
Yeah. I mean,
some offensive
MJ gotta go
firepower
home somehow.
Yeah, MJ needs to be back at the United Center. So, I think those are some solid options for TJ Warren. And the last guy that I wanted to talk about is someone when I was looking at the list of free agents, kind of flew under the radar a bit, but he's still relatively young, and he has such a really good skill set as a solid team defender, a connective tissue kind of guy, a good outside presence, and a solid playmaker for the big position, and that is Chris Boucher out of Toronto.
Put him on the Lakers.
I think LA could be really interesting. I really think that any contender would benefit from his services.
Dallas, perfect fit.
Dallas.
They like their
yeah.
mentality. They're big about mentality. That's why they draft European players because they got the different mindset.
Yeah.
Chris Boucher fits in that mentality perfectly. They need a 5. They like that versatile kind of stretch the floor, Tingus kind of vibes, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he offers a lot more on the defensive end than Tingus. So I said that with a straight face, just casually.
Dude, the fact that we just call him that is just like.
Oh, I really hope he doesn't see this.
Oh, he's Pingus.
I hope Michael Rappaport sees this. Michael Rappaport, please watch our videos. But
I mean, Logan Paul does. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah. But I truly think that his skill set is so versatile and it's so well-rounded for someone of his caliber. And he's going to be on a team-friendly deal. He's not going to be the guy that's getting paid $20 million a year. So he's going to be a really affordable guy that's going to be a really solid rotational piece.
I'm going to ask you a question with a straight face. And I expect you to answer this serious. Who would you rather have on your team? Chris Boucher or Rudy Gobert?
One second, I need to Google something.
Because I know my answer. And it ain't Rudy Gobert. That guy stinks. I hate Rudy Gobert.
Thing is, Chris Boucher is 6'9".
Good. I thought he was 6'10", but 6'9" sounds about right, yeah.
But it really depends on.
You got that
what I need.
contract, too.
It's a contract. If I have, look, if you put Rudy Gobert on a team like Boston, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot different than a team like Utah, where he has a much bigger offensive role than he should have, and the perimeter defense on the team is lackluster. So, if you put Gobert in a good situation where all he has to do is roll to the basket and he has perimeter defensive help, and he has other guys that can make up for his lack of coordination or lack of movement, then yeah, give me Gobert. Because at a high level, he can block shots. He is going to clog up the paint. And especially in the Eastern Conference, you need guys that can go up and at least cause some trouble for guys like Giannis, Embiid, Tatum, Butler, Adebayo. Because there's plenty of front court talent in the NBA, especially the Eastern Conference. So, yeah, I'll take Gobert if I need a one missing piece at the center position and I already have good defenders. If I'm looking for a role player, someone that knows their role, someone that can fit it really well, someone that's more versatile, yeah, give me Chris Boucher.
All right. Joke question, long answer. That's what we have Ishan Chef for. I'll do it for today. We'll know where these guys are going in the next week or so. Maybe even tomorrow. Let us know below where you think they're going to go. And who your favorite under the radar kind of free agent is. Until next time, peace.